What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City transfer update. We've got some updates on Ferran Torres and Kalidou Koulibaly, plus more for you to stay tuned for. Make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, then you help support my channel by subscribing, pressing that red button, pressing the bell to put your push notifications on to be notified immediately when I do upload, to be notified ASAP with the latest Manchester City news and transfer news. We're going to be doing daily Manchester City transfer updates from Monday, so make sure you stay tuned for that and subscribe. We're aiming for 9,000 subscribers. At the time of recording this video, we're now less than 700 subscribers away, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. You can find my social media links in the description below and pop it up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. We're going to be super ambitious today. We're aiming for 400 likes, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. We've been smashing past our like goals recently, so let's see if we can hit 400 for this video. And don't forget also, leave your thoughts in the comments below, because I'm always interested in what you do have to say. And so we're going to crack on with this video. We're going to start off with the outs first, and we've got more developments on what we've been speaking about in the last couple of videos, which is Eric Garcia. Now, Adrian Sanchez via the Barcelona Times has been saying that Barcelona, what they want to do, give some more clarification on what I was reporting yesterday, they want to improve relations with Manchester City. As part of that, they want to swap Nelson Semedo for João Cancelo. That doesn't make sense in my point of view. João Cancelo has now turned a corner at Manchester City. He's in prime position to be starting in that match at left back against Real Madrid. City, well, looking very short at left back. We don't know what the future holds for Alexander Zinchenko. I don't know if we're going to be signing a left back this summer, and so keeping Cancelo would be very important, and swapping him with Nelson Semedo, it was something City were interested in earlier in the window, but since the resumption and Cancelo now started to seemingly have turned that corner with Pep and with Manchester City, I'd be very surprised if it was to swap him for Semedo. I'd be very surprised actually this summer if Cancelo was to leave, and so I just do not believe that story. Anyway, with Eric Garcia, what they're wanting to do is to swap Cancelo with Semedo, improving relations, which Barcelona then seem to think they're more likely then to be able to sign Eric Garcia this summer. Garcia is going to cost Barcelona a lot of money. Apparently, Garcia isn't too keen on Barcelona's project either, according to Adrian Sanchez of the Barcelona Times, and so he's obviously having second thoughts about a move to Barcelona, and so it'd make more sense for him to continue his development at Manchester City, considering he is now in and around the first team squad. He is going to be getting more minutes next season and more starts, and he's actually formed a pretty solid partnership with Aymeric Laporte since the resumption of the Premier League, so it wouldn't make sense at this point now for him to chuck all that away and go to Barcelona, where we don't know what's going to happen to him. He could end up being the next Brahim Diaz. We saw what happened with him. Just he was on the cusp of getting in and around the City squad, went to Real Madrid, and now Real Madrid want to loan him because he can't get into their squad. Doesn't make sense. Barcelona are also struggling a little bit financially this summer to pay for players, and to be honest, I'd be wanting a lot of money for Eric Garcia. He might have 1 year left on his contract, but he's still an upcoming top-class prospect who I would want a lot of money for. You can't just buy players on the cheap because you want them. That isn't how the transfer market works, and so I have my doubts. All I'm going to say is we need Eric Garcia on a new long-term contract ASAP, get that sorted, signed, sealed, delivered, and then we can all move on. The rumours of him going to Barcelona will be quashed, and we can all just move on from the saga. City do need to be working harder to get their top-class prospects and our first-team players onto new long-term contracts, and I'm hoping that over the summer we can get that sorted, and I'm hoping Eric Garcia's one will be sorted very soon. Instead, we're going to move on to another player. Contracts and selling brings me on to Charlie McNeil. Not spoke about him in a little while, but we have now got an update. Now, the Manchester City youngster, he scored over 600 goals for Manchester City throughout all of his time in the Manchester City Academy. Apparently now, he is a target for Manchester United. The two clubs are yet to agree a compensation package for McNeil to go and join Manchester United, but McNeil has turned down a new contract offer for him to become a professional football player with Manchester City. He has cited that it's due to a lack of opportunities at Manchester City. I presume that this is first team football in mind. He doesn't think he's going to break into the first team squad anytime soon, and so he's wanting to leave Manchester City to basically pursue first team football and become a professional footballer within the first team squad. And so a link to Manchester United, to me, doesn't really make sense. Manchester United have got lots of upcoming promising young players as well, that McNeil is going to go with them, basically. He'd be doing the exact same at Manchester United as what he would be doing at Manchester City. Perhaps Man United are willing to pay him more money. I do not know. But honestly, if it's opportunity based and that is the real reason, Manchester United, I don't think is the club for him either. I think he'd be best pursuing, if he wants that, to go abroad, where with clubs that are renowned for giving young players opportunities and developing them over 2 or 3 seasons if he has got that potential, which obviously 600 goals in his time in the City Academy does suggest that. I just don't think that if he doesn't think City's right for him, then United's not going to be right for him either, because they're going to do the exact same. And so, yeah, like I said, going to clubs abroad may suit better. Obviously, I've got German clubs in mind. They're renowned for producing good quality young players. I've got other French clubs as well. AS Monaco, I know, are very good at doing that as well. So we'll see what happens there. Like I said, it may be money based, and maybe the real reason is that rather than opportunity based. We'll wait and see what happens there. And so we're going to move on to the ins. Apparently Sport in Spain have been reporting that Pep has access to £300 million to spend this summer. I highly doubt we're going to spend anywhere near to that amount. Been doing some maths. I reckon if we're going to sign Koulibaly, it'll be roughly for around £70 million. I reckon Ferran Torres, right at the top peak, will be right close to £40 million. So them two combined is £110 million. City also getting heavily linked with Nathan Ake, £35 million. Add that on, that all of a sudden takes us to £145 million on fees. Maybe City might look at a central midfielder, maybe we might look at a left back. So if we do and we end up signing one or the other, like maximum City will be spending will be close to £200 million, not £300 million. Maybe they're adding on wages and that, but again, putting the wages on for the players, I'm not too sure we're going to be spending up to £300 million this summer. The pandemic's hit. We can't be spending £300 million this summer. City, of course, trying to be a sustainable business. Financial fair play has been relaxed for the year. I just don't see City breaking their business structure for a season. I don't see us doing it. I see City just carrying on like normal, running the business as normal and continuing to run that business up, making the business more and more valuable. And that means City spending within their means. And so City will be looking for player sales. Obviously, Leroy Sané we've already picked up some cash for, €55 million for the deal that's worth. Of course, John Stones, Nicolas Otamendi, Alexander Zinchenko, their futures could be sorted out this summer. That City, they might be drumming up interest. I mean, how much are we looking at here? Maybe, what, £100 million? Somewhere there or thereabouts, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. I just don't, I think £300 million is too high. £200 million, yes. 300, I'm not so sure on. Sport in Spain, yeah, I'm not too sure. Anyway, we'll move on to the ins. We've got some developments happening. We'll start off with a couple of new names. First name is Jorge Carrascal, a 22-year-old attacking midfielder from Argentina. Now, he plays for River Plate. Apparently, the CFG, so that's a City Football Group, they've made an offer for his services. This is according to Espectador Deportes. I have no idea who they are, if I'm completely honest, but they're reporting that the River Plate's attacking midfielder may well become part of the CFG, and I have seen some Girona-based fan pages that are very keen on bringing Carrascal into their club, so that might be with that in mind. Apparently a very good prospect, so we'll wait and see. And then another new name comes in the form of Piero Hincapie of Independent, I presume that's how you say that, Independiente del Valle, who are a club in Ecuador. Now, Sebastian Machado, a journalist in Ecuador, he's saying that Manchester City, they want Hincapie, who's an 18-year-old centre-back, to sign for Manchester City. Details, like I said, they're coming from South America, so the details are a little bit sketchy, obviously, with the translation from Spanish into English and what I've been trying to work out. But basically, it seems that Carrascal from River Plate is wanted to be used by the CFG, so by another club, but Hincapie is wanting to be used by Manchester City. He's a centre-back, by the way, Hincapie, 18 years old, currently playing for the under-20s team for Independiente in Ecuador. So we'll wait to see what happens with them two transfers. A couple of young players, I found it in particular interesting. We know that Manchester City are targeting to try and improve their academy and bring in top-class prospects from around the world, and so that would be why we're getting linked with them. So, we're going to move on to a couple of interesting stories. First, Kalidou Koulibaly. Now, Nico Schira reporting that Napoli, they want £73 million for Kalidou Koulibaly. Put it simply, Manchester City are not prepared to go that high. £60 million is what Manchester City are prepared to pay. That's according to Il Mattino in Italy. But they do feel like Manchester City do anyway, that the bridge can be gapped here. And we can agree a fee with Napoli for Koulibaly. But we are struggling. £13 million the difference. I'm not too sure what Napoli are looking for. I can guarantee right now that if City ups that to £65 million, Napoli are the type of club that will say, actually, we want £80 million. That's their type of negotiations, and just carry on doing that all summer until it gets to a point where they're happy to sell all there's other interest in Koulibaly, to which case they will simply sell to the highest bidder. Napoli are very difficult to negotiate with. It would not surprise me at all if at some point this summer Manchester City walk away from this transfer, which is why we're looking at contingencies. That's why we've been linked with Milan Skriniar earlier in the summer. That's why we're getting heavily linked with Diego Carlos of Sevilla as well. City simply looking at contingencies that should Napoli start doing what Napoli do with their negotiations, and City can simply walk away. It's going to be a very difficult transfer to get done, Koulibaly. It's even more difficult because Koulibaly does want to stay at Napoli. He's very happy and very settled there, so he will not force through a transfer to Manchester City, or at least that is my understanding. And so, yeah, it's a difficult transfer. We'll wait and see what happens. Now, we've got a very quick update on Ferran Torres as well. Now, Deportivos Valen, the source in Valencia, they're saying Ferran Torres to Manchester City. It's now at an advanced stage. They're saying that City and Ferran Torres have got a total agreement in place for his transfer. It's just about the fee between Manchester City and Valencia, which they're reporting is now closing in on an agreement between the two clubs. Apparently, though, their deal's hinging on Yangel Herrera. Valencia, they're keen, they want to sign him, but they only want him on loan. They don't want him as part of the swap deal for Ferran Torres. They want him cash because they're struggling financially. €15 million, what City value Yangel Herrera at. Valencia do not value him at that. They're saying he's not worth that price, and they can't afford him, and that's basically why they're saying that. And so they're wanting Manchester City just to pay straight up cash for Ferran Torres. So it will be somewhere between £30 to £40 million is what we're looking at. We're waiting to see if there's any more developments here. Maybe City might lower the price for Yangel Herrera for him to join permanently to Valencia, but Valencia sound more keen on having him on loan with an option to buy, which doesn't really suit Manchester City, because Yangel Herrera's had a top season for Granada, and I'm sure there's lots of interest from other clubs, which is what's been reported by his agent. So we'll wait and see what happens there. It's all about, do Valencia want Herrera or not? City, they may lower the price, they may not. If not, City, all the cards in their court in terms of Herrera, can simply just sell to somebody else that is willing to pay their valuation. So there we go, that has been the video. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up so I know that you enjoyed this video. We're aiming for 400 likes, so any help towards that will be much appreciated. Leave your thoughts in the comments below, as I'm always interested in what you do have to say. Don't forget also, subscribe if you're new around here, press that red button, press the bell, and put your push notifications on, aiming for 9k subs. So any help towards that would be much appreciated. Social media links in the description below and popping up on screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. Email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Go and join the JSGC membership if you so wish as well. Just press that join button next to the subscribe button and get access to lots of little perks which you can find more details on when you press that join button. And I'll see you all again for the next Manchester City video. I'm hoping to have the link out for the live stream for the last game of the Premier League season against Norwich today, so you can set your reminders, and I'll also be back tomorrow for another Manchester City transfer update. So I'll see you then. I hope everyone is safe and well. I hope everyone has a wonderful rest of their day. I've been JSGC. Thank you for watching. Peace. Ciao for now.